Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have an update for the Pan Those Eyeshadows for you. Before we jump into that, I just quickly want to show you guys my cardigan because I made this and I'm really excited about it. I wore it in one video before, but I wasn't feeling well back then, so I completely forgot to mention it. But Vinica did notice and I promised her a twirl, so I'm gonna do that. This is the cardigan and I'm very pleased with how it turned out. It comes kind of like in between my butt and my knees. It was a good bit of work. I think it took me about 6 months to make it, but I am so happy that it's done and it actually looks good. I think this is the first garment that I made that I actually really think looks good, because normally they're fun because you made them yourself, but especially the first few, they weren't perfect. This one also isn't perfect, but I love it. So anyway, on to the eyeshadows. Apologies for anybody that doesn't care about that. I've been working on 5 eyeshadows in this project and trying to hit pan on them. They randomly roll in. Alexi, shouldn't forget to mention her, she's doing it again, and she was the one that created this project. She's been off for 2 years from this project, but she's back, so definitely make sure you check her out as well. Let's jump in because we've got progress. Okay, where are we gonna start? I'm gonna start oldest to newest kind of again. First of all, the Naked palette. From here I was working on the shade Half Baked. And even though I say I was, I still am. It's the shade right here. I'm wearing it on my lids today as well. And I love this shade. It's so like nice and metallic-y. It's pigmented like to the amount that I want it to properly show up. So I really like it. I used it 6 times over the last month. No pan yet. But this is like one of the more focus shades for me at the moment because it's been in this project since the start. I haven't focused on it too much yet. In total I've used it 18 times now. And we're like in the middle of April, so we're 3 months in, I think. Yeah, so little bits of progress at a time, but I'm really starting to use it a little bit more now. Then moving on to the next one. In my Advice palette, I'm working on Discreet. And well, you guys probably won't be able to see this from there, but I did hit pan on it, so I'm really excited about that. I did use this as my transition shade. I also used it today to give it like one last hurrah before it leaves this project. It's only a tiny bit of pan that I have hit, but it's pan, so it's rolling out. For this one I used it another 9 times, which brings me to a total of 58 uses to hit pan on it, which is kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting it to take that long, especially because I also hit pan in Framed, which is this shade right here, and I used them in a similar way. Framed I think only took me somewhere between 20 and 30 uses. I don't remember exactly, but Discreet took me pretty much double the amount of uses, even though I used them in the same way. So that's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, 58 uses. I used it 2 more times after that, so I've used it 60 times now, which is a good bunch of times. I think it's been in here for all of this project as well, so it's nice to be able to roll that one out. Then we're moving on to the Jewels palette. Pretty sure that this one has also been in from the start. In here I'm working on the kind of like army green shade at the bottom right here, or at the top depending on how I hold it. I feel like I say that all the time. So this one I've also used 6 times because I used it in a look with the Half Baked shade, and that is putting it on the outer corner and kind of blending it into my crease, which I did today as well. This one, like I said, I used another 6 times, and that brings me to a total of 25 usage, which also is a good bit of uses, but I do really start to see a dip starting to form in here, so there is a possibility for me to hit pan on it by next time, maybe, but I'm not fully sure, so we'll see. And then we have the Coastal Scents Creative Me number 2 palette, and in here I'm actually working on 2 shades at the moment. The first shade that has been in here, I think 2 months now, is the yellow shade. Didn't use it a whole lot at the start, but I have used it 6 more times now, which brings me to a total of 11. I used it 5 times before, 6 and 11. 6 and 5 is 11. I see the tiniest bit of a dip starting to form in the middle right here, and this one actually I've been using mainly in my inner corner together with this look. So again, today I have that in my inner corner as well, which works out pretty nicely. It's not too yellow, especially because I'm still using a white eye pencil underneath it to brighten things up a little bit more. So I like it like that, although I definitely want to make sure I do use it on my lid a good few times as well to like before I hit pan on it, just to play around with it a little bit more. But right now Half Baked tends to be my like lid shade, so yeah, that's what is going on. Then the shade that rolled in last time is the bronzy shade at the bottom right here. This one I haven't used too much yet. It was in the 365 days of eyeshadows last month, so I got 1 use out of it then. And on top of that, I used it I think yesterday, kind of in my crease with the look that I'm wearing right now as well. So it was a little bit warmer up top. And that's the 2 times that I've used it so far. I do really like that shade. That is really like one of my favorite type of shades, just that bronzy. Yeah. Realizing that of course I forgot to swatch the eyeshadows once again, so I'm just doing that now. We've got the bronzy shade right here and the yellow underneath. Then this is the Jewels Army Green shade, and I'm gonna put Discreet on my also just to kind of show you the palette that we have, at least for next month so far. This is Half Baked. And then Discreet, just trying to find another finger for me to swatch with. Discreet is, oh gosh, that little almost shadow right here on my wrist. So it was a very like lighter neutral shade that was really easy to use as a transition shade. But right now it is time to roll in a new shade, so let's do that. So I have 124 shades that do not have pan yet or are not in another project at the moment, so let's see what we end up with. This is shade number 95. Let me check what that is. Number 95 is it's a shade in the Urban Decay shadow box, so I'm gonna get that one. Here it is, and the shade is called Sin, and I'm pretty sure that that is the same shade that is in the Naked palette as well. It's kind of a lighter pinkish shade, so let's see. Oh, it seems to look different in here than what I thought it was, or I don't know. Anyway, just swatching it right here. This is Sin right here, so it's a really light color, like could maybe even be a brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight, lid shade. Yeah, definitely is a few places that I can use that, just to show you guys what that looks like in the pan as well. This is the shade. Clearly there is no pan in here yet. I've already hit pan in 3 shades in this palette, and the pans are deep enough, so it's definitely going to take me a good few uses, which I think it has done for most of them. I don't know too much about the consistency of Sin, so I don't know whether it's going to go quickly or not, but we'll find out. It will be easy enough to incorporate with what I've got going on already, because it's a very like neutral light shade. But yeah, this is, I guess, the palette that we're going to be working with right now. Let me know if you guys have any ideas on how to use this. Don't forget about like the other projects that I'm doing, especially my Panda palette, because that is still going to be, I guess, my main focus most of the time. So yeah, this is it. Just to quickly let you guys know what my pan percentage is right now as well, because I feel like I forget about that every now and then. Last month my pan percentage was 16.9. Within the last month, I didn't even realize, but I hit pan on 4 more shades. One of them, of course, being Discreet in the Vice palette and actually framed in the Vice palette as well. So these two pans are both new pans. Then I also hit pan in the blue shade in my LA Colors Lush palette, which is my pan out palette this year. And I hit one more pan, but that update is coming up next week, so I'm not gonna do any spoilers yet. If you guys have any guesses, let me know. So yeah, 4 more pans. I have 166 eyeshadows in total. I've got 30 of them with pan right now, so that brings my pan percentage from 16.9 to 19.3. So I'm pretty much at the 20% right now, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye.